KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader when the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Another one you had said that was, I guess, controversial was, if you have to protect your peace, you don't have peace. What do you mean when you say that?
So for me, that's more of a spiritual grounding for me. First, I will say that I used to be the queen of protect your peace. No new friends. I'm not introducing anything into my circle because I need to protect my peace. And what I realize is it's a form of control. Because if I trust my journey and all those things, then there's nothing to protect for me. So when I think about the peace piece, or let's use boundaries, because a lot of people were like, well, you need boundaries. You don't need boundaries. Boundaries may be the starting point for you because maybe you don't trust yourself to handle certain situations, but you don't necessarily need boundaries, not when you trust yourself. Now, the peace piece, I don't know if you ever really pay attention to a person that has like a lot of boundaries and stuff. They are exhausted because, and then they say it too. They're like, my therapist said that I need to establish these boundaries and I won't get rid of these boundaries, or I have a boundary. Like, to me, it's like over explaining in a way to where you're exhausted, because what tends to happen is you start to internalize the responses that you're receiving back because no one is still listening. And now I have to cut people off. I don't know that there's any peace in that. Because peace to me is being able to navigate life with this sense of confidence and grace, and knowing that I can handle whatever life throws or tries to throw at me without going into protection mode.
And I think it's important to say, yeah, I mean, I think boundaries are needed for people, but I know what you're saying too. And I think it's an interesting way to see it that a lot of people don't see it that way. But I think it ties back into the capacity thing too. But it's
Exactly.
like, are you really trying to micromanage others in order to just avoid not getting your way? Because I think that's
Yeah,
how you articulated it in one of the videos. It's like, oh, do you have boundaries, or you really just trying to micromanage and control others because you're going to fall apart if you don't get your way? And I think it's an interesting way to see it. Where will it always be that way for people with boundaries? No, because certain people, I do think, absolutely, you're going to have to say something, or someone's going to try to trample
exactly.
you. But in other times, like it might be more of that other version where like they're trying to micromanage, and like I'm not saying it definitely is, but it's something to consider. It's something to consider if that's what's going on.
I agree. I agree. Yeah,
So,
I agree.
and
I
I
didn't know that
know,
I needed to add the nuances to it. I think, people, the whole concept, because boundaries are so important, I still tell people that it's a tool. It's a tool just like anything else, but at some point, the tool needs to become like who you are as a person, and that's the concept.
Ooh. Hey, that's Raquel Hobson. She's a clinician. She deals with capacity. Hopkins, yeah. Yeah. Raquel Hopkins. And I discovered her a few months ago for myself, a few months ago on TikTok. And I love her approach. Uh, tonight's topic is going to blow you away. So, having raised one child to be a pro ball player, right? Well, before I even go there, let me stop. May 31st, I got to say this. May 31st, myself and comedian Ray Grady, the alpha male of comedy, we're going to join forces, and we will be at the Miracle Theater. Tickets just went on sale today. Go to the miracletheater.com, their website, and purchase your tickets. When I tell you this is going to be an amazing relationship roundtable, it's where comedy meets connection. I have produced a full show. This is going to be amazing. We're going to have clinicians. We're going to have comedians. I'll be there moderating the entire discussion. It's going to be myself and the alpha male of comedy, Ray Grady and Zoe Williams. When I tell you, you're going to learn, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, we're going to roast. It's going to be fantastic. And I want to shout out Tavis Smiley because he promoted it all over KBLA's socials. And I mean everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, are there any more? X. It's everywhere. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I'm telling you now, you need to move now and get your tickets because they're going to go quickly. If you know anything about the Miracle Theater iconic Miracle Theater in Inglewood, it's not a huge theater, so it will fill up quickly. Go to themiracletheater.com and just scroll down, go to events and scroll down, and it's listed by date. So you'll see us there, May 31st. Click tickets, pick your seats. We have different seating options. We got tables and all of that stuff. But back to tonight's topic. I love Raquel Hopkins and her approach. And if you know anything about the Voice of Reason, if you've been listening to the Voice of Reason for the 28th is my 3-year anniversary. So if you've been listening for the past 3 years, my goodness, I like to blend the spiritual with the psychological, with the with the philosophical, with, I blend all of these different narratives because I believe all of them need the others, almost like the three branches of government. They all kind of check each other and bring clarity and perspective to what one branch may be missing, another branch could support. So I always blend the psychology, the philosophy, and spirituality together. And in listening to her work, although she's a clinician, she's a certified clinician, she's not drinking the psychology Kool-Aid. And that's what I love about her work. And that's why we feature her clips here on The Voice of Reason. And the clip that we just heard is quite profound, especially as it pertains to tonight's topic. Are you an insecurity snob? What is an insecurity snob? Well, let me digress for one more moment. As a parent who raised a professional basketball player, you realize where you go, hey, I got to step out of the way. The kid has learned all he can learn from me. I have to give him over to other guys and let them teach him and bring him up. And you start to realize, hey, wow. At some point, that process of turning your kid over, allowing others to coach them, allowing others to bring, you got to check your own insecurities, because you might be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that. I don't like the way you're talking to my son. Sometimes you got to step back and allow that to happen, right? Then on top of that, the competitive nature went away to where everybody gets a participation trophy, right? So it's hard to develop young talent when they're not competing against each other. It's the iron sharpens iron kind of thing, right? Well, now people in relationships are looking for participation awards. Everybody gets a little trophy. There are no winners. There are no losers. Listen, the insecurity snob. Does Western society openly reward our insecurities to discourage personal growth, our own self-acceptance, our own self-reality? I'm in this relationship, and you need to acknowledge my insecurities. You need to be attuned, right, to my wounds. No, I don't. That's not my responsibility. Are we remaining vampiric victims, exploiting our partner's insecurities? I'm with you because you're insecure. That means I can get what I need out of you through manipulation. Well, the insecurities are typically mirroring each other, so now there's bidirectional manipulation going on. Codependency as a safety net. We reward inauthenticity because we are codependent on our partner's insecurities. This allows us to take advantage of and benefit from their lack of boundaries and self-worth while simultaneously making us their confidant, fixer, or even hero/heroine, ensuring that they will not abandon us. In order to acquiesce to your wound's demands, I need to be safe. Demanding safety is a mechanism for control. That's what Raquel just said. Lord have mercy. The ego says where there is control, there is freedom. I will try to control you so I can maintain my freedoms. And by controlling you, I assure that you won't betray me, that you won't hurt me, right? You won't abandon me, right? The ego says, again, where there is control, there is freedom. This is why we obsessively seek safety shrouds. Are you obsessively seeking safety? Andy, do you need to feel safe in your relationship? Andy's like, hey, Well, a lot of people, you need to create a safe space. Right? Do I? If somebody is, I'm asking a question, true or false? If someone is demanding, or that's a relationship expectation, that you create a safe space for them, are they telling you that they are not safe internally? And should that be viewed as a red flag? At least a pink flag. I'm asking. The Eagle says, where there is control, there is freedom. This is why we obsessively seek safety, right? Safety often shrouds control under the cloak of trust, protection, and compassion. In other words, I will allow your control for my wound's protection. Are y'all ready for tonight? Can we talk about insecurities? Are you an insecurity snob? Your insecurities have to be treated like they're celebrities. Your insecurity isn't a celebrity to me. I'm not going to pull the chair out for your insecurity. Right? Is that fair? Is relationship, you already know, relationship as a mirror, right? Your insecurities, right? Are they entitled just to your attunement and not to your significant other, right? Your insecurities are entitled to you loving on them, to you nurturing them, to you empathizing with them. You cannot make it a requisite action or behavior of your partner, right? To give your unhealed wounds and or insecurities attunement. If you gave it to yourself, it wouldn't be a demand of them. You wouldn't even have to ask because you've given it to yourself. Oh, goodness. Tonight's topic, the genocide of resilience. Oh, is relational resilience dead? Because somebody thinks relationships are supposed to be peaceful and everything is good and cool and it's going to be fine and, toxic positivity and spiritual bypassing. I'm asking you, has relationships lost their resilience? When we come forward, the voice of reason going to continue cooking up this grace.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The revolution will not be televised.
What's up? It is Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render, and I'm encouraging you to listen to more, not less of Truth Time with Dr. Cornel West and Senator Nina Turner on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a Black and Brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah.
We're
California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Make it last. Make it last forever. Don't let our love in. Let's make it last. Let's make it last forever and ever. Don't let our love in. Let me hear you tell me you love me. Let me hear you say you never leave me. Girl, that will make me feel so right. Let me hear you tell me you want me. Let me hear you say you never leave me, baby, until the morning light. Let me tell you how much I love you. Let me tell you that I really need you, baby, baby, baby. I will make it alright. No one but you, baby.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Life Lessons teaching. It's great to be back with you all. This week we are talking all about emotional safety. Now, do you seek out complete emotional safety or protection in your relationships or other vital areas of your life, such as your career or business? Maybe you hate the idea of feeling emotionally vulnerable or exposed, and so you run a mile from any relationships or people or situations where you think you may be triggered. Well, in this teaching, we're going to be exposing what we call the emotional safety myth and explaining why everything you've been told about emotional vulnerability, emotional safety, and emotional protection.
Wait, pause
is
it.
a lie.
Nah. See, y'all think Zoe is crazier than a bag of bed bugs. I come in here and I say, nah, it's not your partner's responsibility to make you feel safe. That is a normalized request right now. You got to make me feel safe. In order for me to open up to you intimately, communicatively, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, it's not my responsibility to make you feel safe. How about you're not safe? You are not safe within your own spirit, within yourself. If your softness is a reaction to my safe environment, where does it go when you leave? You tuck it away? Am I the only one you can be soft with? That's a problem. You're not soft. Soft is a performance in exchange for safety. So now we're dealing with cognitive softness, performative softness, right? It isn't welling up out of your being because you're soft. It's a damn reaction because you're not individuated. Are y'all ready for this work? You haven't done any real individuation work where you're integrating your shadow into the mask people see you as, which is all a performance. It's not your partner's job to make you feel safe. Well, what if a person comes around that's sketchy and isn't safe? What do smart people do? Leave. Ask yourself a question. How is it that you still need to feel safe while at the same time, listen, this might hurt, while at the same time ignoring your God-given intuition? Ladies, one of the biggest sins women commit against themselves is ignoring their intuition. So you got, I need to feel safe, but I'm going to put myself in an unsafe situation and disregard the warning that's going off in my spirit. Be honest. How often have you done it? Then it becomes a whole, I need to feel safe. Well, you didn't feel safe from the beginning, but you kept going. Why? Why did you keep going? Yesterday's topic was about you repeating the amount or having the same number of sex partners as your mother. Having the same relational strategy as your mama. Oh, Lord. We talk about it all the time. Oh, relationships are holographic. You got the same spiritual work that she had. Ooh, I know y'all not ready for tonight, huh? You reliving a pattern that you inherited from a broken person that didn't correct the pattern. But you got a demand that somebody should make you safe when you're the unsafe person. Right? Oh, I'm just asking. If you put yourself in a bad situation and you ignore your intuition, who's the daredevil? When we come forward, we gonna find out.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams is not ruling out potentially running for mayor as an independent. Adams won the office as a member of the Democratic Party, but he fueled speculation on Monday that he might consider running as an independent should he lose the June Democratic primary. Wall Street is closing lower after 2 straight winning sessions. Stocks pulled back with the tech-heavy NASDAQ still in correction territory despite the recent bounce. Virginia gubernatorial frontrunners Abigail Spanberger and Winsome Earl Sears submitted signatures on the first filing day. Spanberger turned in 40,000, while Earl Sears, who was black, submitted nearly 20,000. Candidates must file by April 3rd. And Black D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser vows the city will meet its financial obligations despite federal budget cut threats. She says D.C. will keep services running while pushing Congress to approve its 2025 budget. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader when the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-511-2112. That's 800-511-2112. 800-511-2112.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from Nits in the Ad Council.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Okay, so my question is, as someone who has a real need for love and belonging, but feels that's inhibited due to fear and anxiety, how do I take steps toward growth so that I can experience the love and belonging that I so desperately need? So, a bit of my background.
Okay, can I hold on before you go into your background? Yep. I just want to tell you something.
Yep.
I have such great hope for your ability to do that because of diagnostically the way you formulated your question. You contextualized and owned that you have a need. You realize there's a context to that. You realize you have a block in it. There's a lot of self-awareness here. And there's also the ability to express that in a relationship to me. Okay. And you also have some other things, and I won't go into all that, but as I'm listening to you, you have other capacities that are going to make this doable for you if you find the right context. So I want to tell you that from the beginning. So give me why you asked the question.
Awesome. Well, two I would say formative events in my life that I think really have too much power over me and are really robbing me of the full life God has for me. Is one, I grew up in a Bible-based cult until I was 10. And the second, Sorry.
No, I just said I'm sorry. A cult is not a good place to grow up.
No. And then second, I had a very overwhelmed mother, and so she had 5 kids in 7 years, and I don't think she like physically abused me, but I think I experienced it as abuse because she never had control over her temper. Like I was terrified of her. So from those two, like growing up, I didn't experience a ton of healthy relationships, and I always felt like I couldn't get anything right. And I think that very much followed me kind of into my life where I live this, like, I'm kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like I'm really afraid to commit. I'm really afraid to let people in. I mean, sometimes I cling.
Where have you tried? Where have you tried and failed? Where have you tried and not worked out well?
Well, I mean, at the beginning of not really knowing much about myself, I've done therapy for the last 3 years now. So it's
with one therapist?
With a psychologist.
With one?
With a psychologist.
With one or several there? With one or several?
Oh, with one. Sorry, with one.
With one. So you've had the same therapist for 3 years.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If it's going well, that's awesome. Is
it
going well?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I'm about to hit y'all in the head before I get to the phone lines. You're born into a pattern. Relationships are designed to present you the opportunity to break patterns. You don't get to have anything that's unconditional unless you break patterns. Raquel Hopkins, in the first clip, what does she say? Oh, boundaries are really things you're supposed to use for a little while, then you don't have to anymore. You guys remember maybe 6 months ago I said trust is a training wheel. At some point, trust has to come off. See, because we have everything coming from the outside in. I need to trust you. We're not saying I need to learn how to trust me. Do you see? Relationships are inverted. Everybody you meet is supposed to show up the way you need them to. You rarely hear say, I need to learn how to trust me. I need to learn how to not abandon me. See, when you don't listen to your intuition, that's self-abandonment. Bells is ringing. This ain't right. Something is off. Let me, oh, hey. No, I'm going to keep going. Self-abandonment. Yet, you don't want to be abandoned? You did it to yourself. And if relationships are a mirror, do you understand? Do you see how this is working? Listen, I'm not going to, you see it, listen, I'm not making up anything right here. The person that created the safe space for you, does it last forever? Does it last forever? Does the safe space that that person created for you, is it indefinite? It's indefinitely safe. Nope. You know why? Because they're a work in progress too. And you don't even understand the impetus or the reason, the intent behind why they created the safe space in the first place. Their whole spirit could be transactional. I just want to spend some time. Oh, so I got to make you safe. Cool. And it's not just men who do this. Women are doing this too. Do you understand? Safety is an inside job, like happiness, like love, like acceptance. Oh, like abandonment. Listen, God gave you all the tools to be a self-Messiah. What? Self-Yahshua. Yahshua, Yah. Oh, Shua saves. Oh, he who saves. The source gave you everything. Even the source's son came and said, for those who believe on me, I give you the power to do even greater things than I. You got to learn how to fight those patterns that you inherited from a part, from an adolescent spirit called your mama. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. Mama's beyond reproach. Daddy beyond. They were adolescent spirits. We all are. And relationship is that classroom we got to enroll in order to be introduced to the truth of who we are. Now, are we going to accept it? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Let's talk about it. Now, Krishnamurti, it is no measure of health to be fully integrated into a sick society. So now you got the home toxicity, you got to deal with those patterns. And then you have a larger societal level of toxicity. Black pain profiteering. How white therapists monetize racial trauma while suppressing African indigenous healing. Does the APA's racial stress diagnosis funnel $2.4 billion annually to white clinicians pathologizing black resistance as PTSD? So you're under attack by the system too. Then you want to get into the relationship. The relationship's supposed to feel like Catalina Island. It's a getaway. No. Relationship is more like Pepperdine, UCLA, the Ohio State. This is school, self-school. Here's the empirical insight. 89% of trauma therapists are white. 94% lack Queen Afua's Sankofa womb lineage training. That's NAMI, NAMI 2024. Y'all want to talk about it? The way relationships are designed, if you're dismissive avoidant, you're going to go back to an ex. That's just, if you're fearful avoidant, who leans anxious, you're going to go back to an ex. If you're anxious preoccupied, you're going to chase. These are patterns that happened in childhood. Relationships are designed to trigger the patterns so you can take responsibility for the pattern and rewrite it. Break the pattern. Create a new. Do you understand? Do you see? I'm not here to make you safe, right? You will call in safety when you get safe with what you really are. And I'm going to say it in another way, because I know a lot of you have looked into that dark abyss that is your shadow, and you saw some eyes looking back, and they were yours. And I know when you saw your own reflection, you did not want to see yourself as a shadow demon. Ooh, I know this is hard. Are you an insecurity snob? When somebody dates you, do they have to date your insecurities? When somebody dates you, do they have to make a special little green room for your insecurities to be in? Does Western society openly reward our insecurities to discourage our internal authenticity, right? Our internal ability to grow? Are we remaining vampiric victims by exploiting our partner's insecurities and our own? When I come forward, we're going to go to the phone line and ask some folks about it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, visit taxclosure.org to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Imagine a Los Angeles where everyone can thrive, where communities have access to the resources they need to succeed. That's the vision of Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. They're dedicated to improving life in LA County by providing educational support, employment assistance, and spaces for community engagement. By 2050, they want LA to be the best place to connect, create, learn, live, and play. They're working toward an education system that's well-resourced and culturally responsive, becoming a hub for artists and innovators, and making sure everyone has access to healthy food, quality healthcare, and safe housing. It's about building a future where we all have the chance to succeed. We invite you to learn more about their mission and get involved with Detours Mentoring Group, Inc. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Cut close, help me out.
But Kirk, I want to come to you because I feel like with Black excellence, with this theme that we're talking about today, people feel like Black excellence has to be directly tied to success. You've been very adamant in the past saying how with a certain level of success comes a certain level of trauma. I want you to kind of dive deep into that, explain why you feel that way, and guys, I get you to chime in as well.
Any level of success also has a certain ingredient of trauma to it. It's because there's a cost to it. There is a emotional, spiritual, physiological cost of the sacrifice that it takes to get it from the dirt. That when people say that they come from the mud, you have no idea that as you begin to peel that off, what the layer of that person really is because the most greatest are always most in the room, the most insecure. It's because you're always having to live your life vulnerable. You know, think about it. You know, it takes so much to be able to have a dream and to have the boldness and the wherewithal to even step out there and to even see if the dream comes into something that is really tangible. And so that level of sacrifice and work and vulnerability, not only do you suffer from that and have to sacrifice for that, those connected to your wife, your children, your relatives, because you're gone all the time, you're sleeping. You know, we're dreamers. Dreams wake us up in the middle of the night. Dreams make you get up from the dinner table and say, baby, give me a minute, I gotta put this on my phone. You know, dreams are disruptive. That's why dreamers are disruptive.
Man, hey, listen, that's Kirk Franklin. Does Kurt have on a tight suit? Cause man, let me tell you, boy, hey, that was hey, come on. That was nothing but fire, brother Kurt. Straight fire. And I love it. And he's right on point. We got a whole generation of folk that think you're going to get the best that God has to offer without sacrifice. How you call yourself a Christian or religious in any sense when God sacrificed his son? If God is willing to give up his only begotten for you to skirt around the difficulty of spiritual evolution so you can have unconditional love without healing the pattern that made you, without disrupting the pattern. He said creators are disruptors. In order for you to create your spiritual maturity, i.e. spiritual adulthood, you got to disrupt the pattern that gave birth to you. I'm not here to appease, to coddle, to love on, to nurture, to empathize with your insecurities. I'm not. If you get it, it's great. It's cool if you get it. But you got to stop being dependent upon it as if that is the marker of a good person. Listen to what you're saying. Only a good person, only a person that is giving to my wounds can be considered good, can be considered the right one. I'm not an insecurity butler. Do you understand? God sends certain people in your life to disrupt your damn pattern. Because you too damn comfortable being on those psychological training wheels. Well, he passed the trust test. Well, he passed the communication test. He knows I don't like to talk, and I definitely don't like to have deep conversation. Oh, so he passed all these tests. And then one day they get tired of your mess. Are you an insecurity snob? Should you get a participation award just because you gave somebody some cookie? Because you gave somebody some attention, they now on your insecurities and wounds payroll? Not me. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do this topic tomorrow. I am no longer dating the spiritually divergent. God gave me the gift of sight by going through hell. I had to go through hell to gain sight. That's what I had to go through hell to break some patterns in myself, right? Are y'all ready for tonight? I don't know if you're ready for tonight. Listen, when I come forward, we got callers on the line. I promise y'all I'm coming right to y'all immediately.
But I gotta be strong.